how to create an additive felt pen monoprint. You're going to need a plate with a shiny surface, some felt pens, some water, kitchen towel and some paper. Now here what you can see, I'm just using some basic water soluble felt pens and I'm drawing straight onto the plate. Drawing my design, and I'm starting with the lighter colours and I'm going to continue to build up all the different types of line and colours as I go along. Now you can use different types of marks to draw with. Think about things like scribbles, cross-hatching, scumbles, circles. You might actually decide you want to do it in a neat way and work with lots and lots of different straight lines. It's entirely your choice. It's a creative choice. And this technique is all about exploring and experimenting and having a go. As you work through your drawing, you want to define some of the areas to make them stand out. Now you can do this through your marks or you can do it through the use of colour. So do consider the types of colours that you're using. I've used harmonious colours here, so colours that are next to each other on the colour wheel. You might decide that you want to use more natural colours or you want to use complementary colours that are opposite each other on the colour wheel. So as you can see, I'm just continuing to build up the layers within my work and eventually I'll bring some darker tones into it to create some definition. So here's a little bit of dark purple coming into it. What you'll notice as you're working is that the felt pen will start to dry a little bit and it'll become tacky. That's okay, because we will still be able to lift it later in the process. So here are my darker colours. If you do make a mistake, I did throughout this process, you literally can just use your finger and just rub it off and then draw back into it. So there's the definition that I've used with the darker pen. Just finishing off the little bits of detail until I'm happy with my drawing. I've got a bowl of water, a piece of paper, just some basic cartridge paper that I use for my printer and some kitchen towel. And I'm going to just put my piece of paper in the water. You might want to use a plate of water rather than a bowl. And the idea is just to make the paper damp. Not sopping wet, just damp. So as soon as you've got it out of the water, pop it onto your kitchen towel. A nice tidy workspace. Putting a piece of towel on the top to blot it so that there's no shine of the water left on the surface. It's just damp. And then placing it straight on top of the plate. Now use your hand to press and lift the felt pen ink. Be careful, you can see there I was rushing a little bit and the paper skidded slightly, so just use both hands and press firmly. And then all being well, you should be able to lift the piece of paper off and the ink will have printed onto the paper. A really nice technique to use for whatever project you're doing.